Take my luck, take my plan, take me where I have no chance. I don't care, I'm still free, you can't take the dice from me. Make me doubt, do a check, tell 'em I ain't passing it. Burn my plans and boil some tea, you can't take the dice from me. There's no chance, I'll roll a 3, now I've got a D20. You can't take the dice from me.
That is fantastic. Cody, props to you for the effort already that you're putting into this.
Thanks, man. It's so weird. I'm so excited to get into doing this system because I made this whole entire thing, dude. And then we just kind of like forgot about it, or I forgot about it. We went back to doing the main podcast, really focusing on that. And then we did another system. I'm like, oh yeah, I made this like whole thing. And I jokingly called this a 2-pager. It's probably more of like a 3-pager. It's basically, it's not a massive RPG, but it's significantly bigger than a 1-pager. And I'm just excited to get into this, man. You've got your character sheet, you've got your dice.
Okay, so I've got my Ruttin shiny character sheet, got a handful of dice, and I'm ready to turn and burn, Cody.
Ooh, I forgot that phrase. I should have gone through and written down like all the Firefly phrases, including like the Chinese swearing, because that would have been fun to try to incorporate. But I don't have that.
I feel like I should. I probably have some accidentally memorized just because I've seen the show like 5 times. But off the top of my head, I've got nothing.
Any amount of time you want to throw that in the air, just do it. Just see if
Absolutely.
it sticks. It'll be fine. All right. Well, this is indeed, as you said, this is Ruttin Shiny. Maybe I'll throw this up on the website at some point. I keep forgetting we have a website. We probably get 1 visit a year, so I don't think it really matters if I get around to putting this on the website.
That's a generous estimation.
Yeah, thanks. And well, that visit is me just checking on how it's doing. But,
All right, well, that tracks.
All right. Ruttin Shiny, you are playing Captain Talcum Benolds, baby. And this is set. This is sort of a half parody, half actually set in the Firefly universe because there's some accurate things going on here. So you are a smuggling captain. You're going to be taking a trip from the planet of Greenleaf to the planet of Aberdeen. Mm-hmm. And these are real planets in the verse. I had to look them up. So Greenleaf is sort of a pharmaceutical planet that is known for having also like a private black market scheme. Because, pharmaceuticals, that's good for that. And people want the drugs all across the verse.
And I'm fairly certain Aberdeen is in Texas, but...
Yeah, you're just flying back. Wait, does the Earth still exist in the verse?
Oh, let's see. I believe it starts with we the Earth got used up, so we had to... Yeah, so I don't know if it's still inhabitable.
It's not like it blew up or anything.
Yeah, it might just be a shell of what it used to be.
All right. So you could travel to Aberdeen, Texas, if you really wanted to. But that's besides the point. You're going to Aberdeen, the planet, or wherever that is. Anyway, there's a whole website you can find that actually lets you plot like travel times between the planets in the verse. Is pretty cool. I was using it so I could find specifically 2 planets that were big enough and had enough story to them that were the right distance apart. So I put some effort into this, man. But here's the deal. Is your crew has been offered the job of transporting a supply of unregistered antibiotics to a mining guild on Aberdeen. And to disguise your trip, you're also taking several crates of like produce. So these are perfectly legal goods. If you get boarded or something, you can show them the produce and they'll be like, oh yeah, you're good. You're good to go.
Just automatically. I just passed the check. Cool.
Yeah, you just say you're good. Yeah. So that's our story. How this is going to function is you're going to take an 8-day journey. Through each recording session, we'll probably cover about 3 or 4 days, something like that. And you're going to roll a d20, and I have an encounter list numbered from 1 through 20. Nice. So the higher you roll, the more ideal the encounter is going to be. So you roll a 1, it's going to be like the suckiest encounter you can possibly have in the verse. Perfect. You roll a 20, things are going to be pretty nice.
For the record, I think the suckiest encounter one can have would be being boarded by reavers. I'm guessing that
Well,
might be on your list somewhere. We'll see.
we might have to see where that falls, man. You never know. Never know. So yeah, basically each day you'll roll a die, and then I have some pre-written stuff for those encounters. Some more in depth, some less in depth, and I'll just have to wing it, and we'll deal with the consequences. And assuming you can successfully survive the 8-day trip, you deliver your goods, you win the game. Would you like to know how this thing even works, Nate?
Yeah. I also just successfully stacked all of my dice on a mattress, which I feel like is pretty impressive.
Ooh. So, like, how firm is the mattress? Because that's the real clincher.
I mean, it's relatively firm, but I'm still pretty proud of myself. I mean, it's a bit wobbly. I'll send you a picture.
How many dice? Is it all 7?
It's only 6. What am I missing?
There's like the D4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20, but then there's also the percentile dice that helps you roll hundreds with the 10. It's just like it's another D10, but it's got extra 0 on it.
Oh, aha. There's not a D4 here. Am I going to be using a D4?
Oh, nope, no D4s in this game. D4s are lame. Actually, I like D4s, but not for this system.
I actually see.
So,
I see a D4s list on the dice pool section, though. So what's that?
oh, apparently we do use. See, like I said, it's been a while. D4s are one-time like bonus dies you can get. You can add them to whatever check you want to. So if you're looking at your character sheet, we'll just start from the top and go down. For listeners who can't see anything, I am so sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it and use your imagination. Basically, you have a variety of stats. So you have your hit points. You have 3 hit points. There's potential to get armor, which will add 1 more hit point to your life. Every damage you take that you are not healed, you are going to have that amount of negative impact to your rolling. So if you've taken 2 hit points, all of your rolls in the future you have to subtract 2 from. So being hurt is bad.
Okay.
You also have what's called scrap stamina. So scrap is one of the skills. It's just like fighting, but without shooting. So you can get in a punching match with someone, and that damage does not reduce your hit points. It just kind of tires you out. And if you take all 3 hits to your scrap stamina, you get knocked out, and you can just still like wake up somewhere else. But that's kind of how that system works.
Cool.
You are not piloting a Firefly class ship. You are piloting a Peregrine class. And you can look this up. They're very similar to the Firefly ships. I just wanted something that wasn't the Firefly, just so we can be on
but it's a real thing. Okay.
It is a real thing, yes. So I have a whole list of things. As we go through character creation, I will give you a list of upgrades, and you'll get to choose 3 upgrades that you want to attach to your ship that will help you like fight better, fly faster, have like smuggling, cargo space, all that fun stuff. So we can decide once we go to the character creation. Your ship has 5 hit points that potentially can be armored up to 2 additional hit points. The whole basis of this system is this is a dice pool mechanic. So you start off with a D6, a D8, a D10, a D12, and a D20. So let's say I'm going to make you do a check. You can decide which of the dice you want to use for that check. So maybe it's like a low importance check. You just want to burn your D6 and get rid of it. And then the next check, maybe that's super important. You want to try using your D20 to really make sure you succeed. Once you've used those dice, you can't use them again until you've used all 5 of the dice in your dice pool. Once you use all 5, you reset, and this is when you level up, so you get to advance a mark on the shiny tree. This is your little tech tree. So you can just sort of move up and increase your skills. The shiny tree also lets you trade up your dice. So like the second thing you can get is you can trade in your D6 for a D8. So now your dice pool has 2 D8s, and then a D10, a D12, and a D20, and so forth. So your dice can get better and better as you move along.
So you're saying I have to use each die once, and once I do that, I get to level up.
Yeah, sort of a Nidavellir system where you kind of maybe try to trade up your lower coins and get some better ones and so forth. Yeah. All right, you have 7 skills that you can use. So, first skill is shoot politely. This is where you use guns, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Second skill is scrap. We already kind of talked about that. That's just getting into some fisticuffs. Third skill is sneak. This is where you sneak, Nate. 4th skill is talk good. So this is going to be all of your interactions with people in any way, whether that's persuasion or coercion, all the stuff. Fifth skill is wit. So this just represents how smart you are, how quickly you can react to a situation, that kind of thing. Next one is tech. So this is going to involve anything tech related, including like engineering, managing your ship, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, there's piloting, which is how well you can fly your ship. You get to choose 2 skills that get a +1 and 1 skill to get a +2.
Let's go with a +2 to talk good, a +1 to wit, and a +1 to tech. Just from previous RPG experiences, I feel like I spend a lot more time talking than doing anything else. So that seems like a good.
That works. That works, man.
So let's go with that.
Okay. You start with your 3 hit points. You can also mark that you start with 100 platinum. That is the currency we'll be using in the game. And you can also list that you have a gun that deals 1 damage. I'll explain the rolling system real quick. So there are 4 difficulties for a check. If it's an easy, you have to roll a 4 or higher, and that's accumulative with the bonuses from your skills. Medium is 8, hard is 12, then the hardest one is Ruttin, which is 16. So it just increases by 4 each time. So you'll notice, like a Ruttin, to pass a Ruttin check, the only way you can even do that is if you roll a d20 and you roll well enough. Mm-hmm. Unless you have like, +4 to a skill, and then you roll a nat 12 on a d12. So that's where the system comes in for trying to balance which dice you use. I'll let you know what the difficulty of the check is going to be before you do it, and then you decide which dice you want to use for that encounter. Nate, now you get to select 3 crew members to add to your party. So crew members, they roll 8s across the board, but they have 1 specialty skill that they always roll a d20 for. They each have 1 hit point, so they can die kind of easily. First, you can have a doc. The doc's specialty skill is wit, so he'll always roll a d20 for wit. He also has a special ability that you can heal a total of 2 per day. So let's say you take a damage, or you take 2 damage, and you make it through a day. At the end of the day, you always heal 1 hit point, so you do slowly heal. But if you have a doctor on board, you increase that by 1. You can also select a gunslinger. He is good at shooting politely. You can also select muscle. His specialty skill is scrapping. Pilot, who is going to be good at flying. You have a thief for sneaking. And then finally an engineer. He's good at tech, but he can also repair your ship 2 per day. Just like your character's health, your ship can repair 1 damage per day normal, so the engineer just increases that by 1. So, do you need me to repeat any of those?
No, I don't think so. So, engineer seems intelligent, but I feel like I'm already going to be investing in my tech tree. So, I think we should go with thief and gunslinger for sure.
All right.
Because that's not the direction I'm leaning. And, yeah, let's go with the pilot as well.
All right, so you are pretty well balanced then, because you already have bonuses to talk good, wit, and tech. Thief is going to cover sneak for you, gunslinger covers shooting, and pilot covers flying. So you got a pretty good balance. So you've got your crews. Your crews are all good. So remember, crews roll a standard die of 8 and then 20 for the specialty. Enemies, on the other hand, they roll 12s all around. So they don't necessarily have a specialty, although certain enemies may have bonuses to certain things that they do. Let's talk about doing piloting checks, Nate. So this is for ship combat. So there are 4 maneuvers you can select. So let's say you get into some sort of encounter with another ship, whether they're friendly or enemy or neutral or whatever. And then you get into it. Both ships will secretly select 1 maneuver that they want to do, and then they will roll, and then we resolve the maneuvers at the same time. Depending on how well you roll for each maneuver determines how much happens with that maneuver. The maneuvers are jockey. So if you choose jockey, and you get an 8 or higher, you will fire once. and that will just do 1 damage to an enemy ship. If you roll a 12 or higher on jockeying, or get a 12 or higher, you get to fire twice. Yeah. Another maneuver is you can evade, which is the opposite. So an 8 or higher is you're going to avoid damage, and a 12 or higher is you get to avoid damage twice. You can also do a full burn. So if you get an 8 or higher, a full burn will give you +3 to a future roll. So let's say you're trying to do really well at something else and you have a chance to just do a full burn, then you can get +3 to a following roll. If you get 12 or higher on a full burn, you can either add +5 to another roll, or you can escape and you can just flee the situation. And then finally, you can choose Fancy. Fancy gives you nothing 8 or higher. You have to get a 12 or higher, and then you can fire 3 times. Other enemy ships, if they get more specialized, they'll have different variations of the maneuvers, but these are what you get. All right, so the upgrades you can choose. First, you can select Maneuverability. This will give +3 to flying rolls for anyone flying the ship, whether it's you or the pilot or anyone else. You can choose Reinforcement. This will add 2 hit points, so you have a total of 7 to your hull. You can add weapons, because you do not start with weapons. So if you plan on doing any firing, add weapons to your ship. Weapons give you forward autocannons that deal 2 hits. And I'm just realizing I didn't think that through super well. No, because if you fire, you just do 2 damage. If you fire twice, you do 4 damage. That's how that works. All right, yeah. If you add a med bay, this will let you heal an additional +1 every day. And if you die, you or your crew, like if you go down to 0 hit points, you can be revived to 1 hit point at the med bay. So it's kind of if you die, you get saved there. You can add a shuttle, which is a shuttle. You can add an armory, which will give you armor, so you have +1 hit points. And there are guns for any occasion that you could possibly need. Manipulators, these are just little retractable arms that let you mess with things from the safety of your spaceship without having to go outside. A holding cell lets you hold people or animals or I suppose anything else you find. And finally, a smuggler's compartment will let you conceal any cargo that you do not want to be seen.
I'm guessing in the future I can get more upgrades, or I'm only going to get 3 and that's it.
It's all you get. All you get, man.
Oof.
So you got to choose now what you're going to be doing. This is kind of like the Oregon Trail, but in space.
See what happens.
I'm just now realizing, yeah.
It's kind of like Galaxy Trucker.
Yeah, sort of. But with reavers.
Okay, so I think we need the smuggler's compartment, since literally the premise of this is I'm smuggling something.
Okay, all right.
On top of that, I think I definitely need the weapons. Otherwise, I can't really do anything but run away.
All right.
And I think I like the med bay, since I turned down my medic. At least that's something.
I think with that, I believe your character is now, for dealing with enemies, attacks are always going to be an 8 or higher to succeed. So standard of a medium check, both for enemies to attack you and for you to attack enemies. I believe at this point, Nate, I have covered basically everything. All right. Hey, do you feel like naming your crew members?
Okay, let's see here. Thief. Thief needs a sneaky name. We're going with Rathskeller.
All right, gotcha.
Our gunslinger is Gerald, and
Nice.
our pilot is Phoebe.
Phoebe?
Phoebe. That's Feebee.
Seriously? I'm writing that down.
What's your
man.
problem?
Nothing. It's fine. Don't worry about me. All right. Excellent. Well, you have assembled your crew. You have assembled your ship. You have received your cargo of narcotics, or no, it's antibiotics, not narcotics. Narcotics is bad drugs, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right. Probably a good thing we don't know. I don't know. All right. Antibiotics. You are going to be flying to Aberdeen from Greenleaf. And you take off, and everyone's excited and happy to be doing a trip. You're going to get paid well. I'm assuming you get paid at the end of this trip. That's probably how this is going to work. Maybe you got a little bit up front, and that's how you have your 100 platinum.
Listen,
just to kinda
Cody.
cover any expenses.
I do the job, I get paid. That's how it works.
Keep flying. Well then. You know what this means. is you have to roll a d20, and we have to figure out what our first day encounter is going to be, Nate. I'm excited. I don't remember most of what I wrote down, so let's see.
First official roll of the Ruttin Shiny 1 to 3 pager RPG. Also,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
11.
11. Okay.
Seems like
going
a
middle of the road.
Standard way to start it. Now, if I roll an
Yeah.
11 in the future, will the same thing happen, or do we skip?
I think the decision was that you always go up 1. So you get the benefit of the doubt. So
Sounds
we'll
good to
cross
me.
off 11. Yep. So always move up. Okay. So you are scooting along. You're flying through space. You're having a grand old time. And suddenly crackling across your ship's speaker system, transmission system. You know, how you get calls and stuff. Radios? I don't remember what they call them. Is going like, hello? Anyone receiving this? We need assistance. This is a passenger ship en route to the planet Hera. We have been attacked by space pirates. Multiple space pirate ships are attacking us. We need aid. We need assistance. Anyone reading? Over.
Is there any video, or is this just an audio transmission that we're receiving over
It's just
the
a
radio?
transmission. It's all you got, just the audio.
Okay. All right, sending a transmission.
All right, send it.
Hey there, we are receiving your message. Listen, I gotta tell you, I want to help. That's my inclination, but you gotta understand my position here. I need something more to go on. So, what's your name, and what ship are you flying?
My name is Frank. Yep. I was gonna say Frank Lanigan, but I believe that's you may.
Callback joke.
I'm just kidding. My name's Jeff. Yeah, sorry for the confusion there. My name is Jeff. Frank was my nickname back in high school. But anyway, man, you really gotta help us out. Like I said, it's a passenger ship. The GM in advance did not write down what type of ship, what specific model. The only one he actually managed to figure out was a Peregrine class. But just imagine a standard passenger ship, and that's kind of what we're flying right now. We're really getting hurt bad here. You hear like an explosion in the background and like some warning alarms going off and klaxons and lots of people screaming. It's like, oh, yeah, man. We really could use some help here, please. I'm sending you our coordinates. If you're receiving, we'll give you something. We'll give you something, man. There's children on board.
Alrighty, hold on there. We're on our way. And I am going to... I'm receiving his coordinates. I'm going to head that direction, but I'm not going to head in a straight line because, of course, I'm still suspect of this situation here. So I'm going to kind of circumvent and come at the coordinates from a different angle. And be wary. I'm not doing a full burn here. All right, we're coming in a little bit trepidatiously. If a couple more lives are lost, you know what? That's just the price you got to pay for no trust in this world anymore. So
that's on them, right? Yeah. The world sucks. You just got to deal with it. Okay, Nate, go ahead and make a piloting check. So I'm going to let you roll for all of your crew members is how this is going to be. So you can make a check for Phoebe, the pilot. So rolling a d20 since this is their specialty skill.
Okay, real quick clarification on the dice. So
yeah, man.
You're saying that I have to use each die once. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm just realizing now, though, but if you're having a crew member do it for you, that's not going to be part of your dice pool.
I'm guessing that doesn't
count.
Again,
this is play testing, man. But I want to make you go through your dice. That's the thing. Whatever. The pilot will do it, and then you'll encounter other things that you have to do. So there's that.
Okay. But
yeah.
Just to be clear, that let's say if talcum, talcum is like talcum powder. If I roll a d12 or something, I cannot roll it again until I've rolled all my other dice.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay.
So that's the trick. So you don't want to just burn a d20 right at the beginning.
Sure.
And then you have nothing left.
But here we go with Phoebe rolling a d20. I kid
Oh,
you
this
not,
is medium.
Cody.
Medium check. What
I
you
kid
got?
you not. It's a 20, dog.
You got a nat
That's the
20,
first
home dog?
official D20 roll.
Dang.
Kid you
All right,
not.
well that's what a way to start. All right. Phoebe this is a woman, right? It's not a guy named Phoebe.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Cody?
I don't know. Or he goes by Phoebe. All right. Phoebe is quite the pilot, and she has proven it today. So you guys get the coordinates for where this thing is going down. And maybe there's like a moon nearby. So she expertly manages to bring you around behind the moon, back kind of near where the encounter is going down, and you can kind of swing around from like the shadow of the moon. So no one's going to see you coming necessarily. So you have a nice sneaky approach, and as you arrive, sure enough, there is a large passenger ship that is trying to scoot along, and there are two other like smaller vessels that have cannons and like grappling hooks and whatnot. They're flying around trying to attack the ship, and it's not looking super good. You understand that if you leave this situation, these space pirates are going to get to the ship and do whatever they want, take the goods, all the stuff. So what are you going to do?
Assessing the situation here, are the two attacking ships essentially the same for all intents and purposes?
Yes, and they don't seem incredibly fancy. Each of them by themselves is moderately inferior to your Peregrine class ship.
Well, let's hedge our bets on the dice here and let's head into the fray. Head towards the nearest ship.
All right, cool. Tell you what, since you got that D20, I will let you start the ship combat with a whole round before they can do anything.
Fancy.
What do you want to do?
Let's try. What are the hit points of these ships?
I can't tell you how much health they have, man. You know they probably have a bit less than you do. That's what you know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna come in with a fancy. All right, because I'm feeling good with the
dang.
D20 here, and we got to start out strong. Got to make a statement to these piratey boys.
All right, so you got to get 12 or higher to do anything if you're doing fancy.
Right on.
Do it.
16.
Hey, all right, man. So you get to fire 3 times. How do you want to divide those shots? So because your autocannons do 2 hits, each successful fire, which you already succeeded 3 times, does 2 damage. So you can deal 6 damage, basically.
Okay, well, let's do 4 of that damage to one ship and 2 to the other.
All right. You fire into the first ship, and you just shred it. It explodes in a ball of flame. It careens out of control. All the pirates are instantly sucked into the vacuum. It is very, if you had a heart for pirates, you'd feel kind of sad for them. But it was their own dang fault trying to attack a passenger ship.
I kind of am a pirate, but
just a little bit. Is a smuggler a pirate?
It's a different kind of pirate, I guess.
A little bit. You're not stealing the thing in the first place, though. You're giving the goods and you transporting it. So there's some nobility to it at least. Mm-hmm. But you have wrecked these fools, and you fire a salvo into the other ship. It takes a severe beating. It's still chugging along though. It's trying to decide. No, is it going to run for it? Is it going to turn and fight you? And now we have a new round of combat.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do a full burn. So we're going to try and boost the next round.
Okay. All right. Roll your full burn, man.
7. Right under the mark.
So I guess just boost your engines and start flying around real strong, but not in such a way that it's going to benefit any future positions. The pirates, they also are just shy. What they try to do, they try to roll out of the way. If you had fired at them, they probably still would have been in target. But as it is, you didn't fire at them, so they're all fine.
Okay, this time I will fire, just a standard fire action.
Okay.
That's an 18.
18?
So that's 2 times firing.
So you fired twice. And they are so damaged that they really can't do much. They're kind of just like turn their ship a little bit, but they're still right in your sights. So you send a few rounds of your autocannon right through their ship again, and another huge fireball into the vacuum of space. You have absolutely destroyed these 2 pirate ships, homie.
Absolutely. Everyone has a little dance party in the cockpit.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Is everyone, like, strapped in there?
Oh, no.
Just
not after the not
floating
after.
around?
Well, not anymore. Like we were for the combat for sure, but now everyone's
okay.
in the cockpit. We're all just everyone's kind of just grooving a little bit, you know.
Okay, I dig it. Do you guys like have some disco music that you play? Maybe ever a retractable disco ball like in the roof?
Well, not disco ball because I don't think I had room for that upgrade. But
Dang it, yeah.
there definitely is a record player, and there's some jams. There's some jams. Everyone's moving. Everyone's feeling it.
I can dig it.
Phoebe
All right.
has completely left the console, and she's just kind of grooving up against Gerald. It's a little awkward for everyone because nobody knew that this was a thing, but she's just in the mood.
What's Rathskeller doing then?
Oh, nothing. He's actually not. He's just standing there watching in the corner.
You don't even see him. He's so sneaky. He's just
You can just see the whites of his eyes, barely.
just nothing else.
That's pretty much it. He's in the shadows, man.
Dude, that would be terrifying. If you look up and all you see is just a pair of white eyes and nothing else.
Well, you'd be able to see him a lot better if there was a disco ball.
Yeah. If only.
I believe he actually vetoed that upgrade when we were considering it. He specifically and rather suspiciously vetoed that.
And everyone else is probably pretty mad about that too, because like if you had a disco ball right now, things would have been much more.
That takes it to the next level. But anyways,
Yeah. Okay. Well, the speaker. What do you call this? The radio cracks alive again.
Hey, Peregrine class vessel, that was some fancy flying right there. You guys just wrecked those fools. No pirates anymore around here, am I right? Hey, you guys want to like come aboard? You can do the old docking maneuver, do the old coupling thing, and make our two little ships be all nice and cozy, and then you guys can come aboard, and we'll we want to thank you guys.
I'm not transmitting yet.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that definitely seems suspicious. I think it's just the way he talks, but
You know me, man. You know me. You know my characters. None of them are right in the head. They're all pretty dumb.
and they'll all speak differently next session, anyways.
Yeah, it's true. If you
I'm
ever see these guys again.
Definitely not trusting this guy. So I'm gonna send a transmission asking what the status. What's the status of your crew and your passengers on board in your ship?
Oh, well, it looks like we got 3 people dead, so that kind of sucks. One of them was my uncle. I'm not feeling too great about that. Yeah, we were just trying to go to Hera and just have a new life, and then just had these dumb pirates had to attack. Anyway, yeah, I mean, here's the deal. We did want you to come aboard to celebrate, but we also need some fuel, and our ship is breaking down because they got a few hits in on us. Maybe if you guys have some engineering skills or something, we hate to ask because you already did so much for us. But if you just give us something, we'll reward you guys. He kind of
trails off a little bit, and you can hear some jingling sounds, he's kind of looking through his pockets,
yeah, we'll have something, we promise.
I kind of roll my eyes. All right, fine, let's do it. Maybe there's something in it for us. Who knows if they actually need help? Gerald, you need your biggest gun, stat, and I'm bringing. So is it just me and these 3? That's my whole crew.
Yeah, that's all you got.
Okay. Rathskeller, grab whatever it is you use, just not something close combat, please. And Gerald, go get the biggest gun you have. Phoebe, you stay on the ship.
All right, good plan. And I will say that you guys have I was going to say comlinks. That's a Star Wars thing. Little radio thingies so you can keep in touch with the ship if you need to.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
All right. You perform a docking maneuver. I wouldn't even make Phoebe roll. She's so good. She's so good at this. She can just wreck it. Well, not the ships. Wrecking it would be the opposite of what you want to happen right here. And everyone dies in a fiery explosion.
Phoebe destroyed that landing.
The world's not good enough for the rest of us. We gotta go out now. All right, and you dock. And the door opens, and waiting for you on the other side of this little airlock is a motley collection of civilians, and they all seem very happy to see you. They are cheering while sort of panically looking over their shoulder at where there's a fire going in the corner, and there's sparking, and there's a couple guys trying to put it out. You can see they do not really know what they're doing. They're just like, they have some blankets and they're trying to put on top of an electrical fire. And that's not a super great idea. But yes, some stuff needs to happen here. You can see that.
Rathskeller, you get over there and help put out the fire. Gerald and I are still keeping our guns trained, and I want to speak to Frank or Jeff. I don't know, whoever it is.
Wait, so you have your
captain.
guns like pointing at these guys?
Oh, they're still out. Like when the airlock opened, they were out. Like we didn't know what to expect.
Oh, okay. When they see that, all the crew kind of gets like a little nervous. They're like, "Uh-oh, are these?" You kind of hear them mumbling, "Are these more pirates? Crap, was this just a plan?" They kind of like start accusing you now, like, "What do you guys want? What do you?
Hey, everybody,
why
shut
are
up!
you?
Everyone, shut up! Where's the captain?
What? Captain? That's Jeff.
Yeah, where is he?
Jeff comes around the corner, is like, "Hey, guys." I just realized Jeff is a character in the previous thing too, wasn't he?
He has the same voice too.
And he sounded like this too.
Wait, Jeff, I know you. You should be in Delta.
Jeff is a transdimensional being, all right? That's what he is. And he is here now.
No, this
He's gonna
totally
be a
checks
recurring
out,
character.
dude. He's flying all the people, like the bridge trolls won that epic fight. And this is like all the leftovers, all the people that used to run the bridges. They had to leave Delta now to go find work somewhere else. And Jeff took
Delta's just one of the planets in the verse. Or on one of the planets in the verse. Yeah. All right. Well, Jeff's like, "Hey guys, like, we thought you guys helped us out. Like, was that just a clever ruse to just like board our ship and take our stuff? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Why you got your guns? Why you gotta be like that?"
I don't know what you mean by clever ruse. We didn't exactly ask for any of this, but assessing the situation here, I can see that probably no one here poses a threat. So I'm going to put my gun back in its holster, and then Gerald can not be training his gun at people, but, still holding it.
Okay, all right. So you do that. Everyone seems to relax a little bit. And one person even comes up, and they have 5 platinum coins in their hand.
Oh, what do you do?
It's a guy, actually. He hands it over to you. He's like, "Hey, thank you guys for doing what you did. Really appreciate that. It's not much, but you want some money?"
Well, I'd like to say I'm noble enough not to keep this, but as of this point in time, I'm not really sure how much that's worth, so I better pocket it.
All right. He's like, "Please, yes, thank you. That's the least we can do."
Yeah,
Jeff
I'm sure it is.
Jeff comes around. He kind of left for a little bit, went into the cockpit, and he comes back. And he's holding up a little disco ball. He's like, "Hey guys, this is a really sentimental disco ball to me. It just means so much to me that you guys did all this stuff for us. You guys want this? I feel like maybe you could hang it up if you don't have one already. Like, have a good party."
I'm gonna quickly nab it before Wrath can see it, because I believe he's still off dealing with the fire. And weird timing, Jeff, but thank you nonetheless.
Roll a d12 for Rathskeller real quick. See how he's doing with the fire. Easy check.
Roll a d12 specifically, or
no, sorry, they roll d8s normally. Roll a d8. Because this is his
3.
tech check. Okay, the fire is getting worse. Rathskeller does not know what he's doing. He's basically he was just like adding stuff to the fire that just starts burning also.
Okay, well, since I have some tech experience, I'm gonna head over there and try and help put him out.
All right. Well, this has gone up to a medium check now. So do your thing.
And threshold for medium is what?
I need an 8 or higher. Yeah. So find your first personal check. What die are you going to use?
And this is a tech check?
Yeah, tech.
I mean, that's a high threshold, but I feel like it's not a situation worth wasting a die on. So,
I mean, the ship is on fire. It's like,
you said I need an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d8.
Says you need a 7 or higher to get it then?
Listen, not my problem, all right? I'm not wasting my d20 or my d12.
All right,
I got a 2.
You got a 2. Okay. You do some stuff, and the fire is still increasing. It's still a medium at this point, but everyone's kind of starting to panic, and a couple guys come over to try to help out. Maybe there's some other guys here that can assist. Maybe they have some minor tech skills. I'm still going to make this your role, but with their assistance, if you want to do another one, they'll give you a +3 accumulatively.
Yeah, but I already used my 8, and I don't really want to use my 10. This really isn't my problem. I'm just gonna kind of like, well, that's never really encountered a fire like this. Is a weird fire. Anyways, I'm just gonna walk away.
Because as you use your dice, you'll get them back eventually. You just got to cycle through them, man.
Listen,
That's how
here's
this
the
works.
thing.
That's how you level up.
No, you're right.
I mean, it's up to you. Just saying.
Okay, I'm gonna roll D10.
A D10. Okay, so you get a +4 total because they're +3 plus your +1.
Okay. I got a 5.
So 5 plus.
So
Okay, yeah,
9.
so it's 9. Okay, yeah, man. One of the guys expertly pulls a fire extinguisher out of the wall panel, brings it over, and
Wow.
you guys start spraying it down.
Nobody did that before. No one thought about that.
Well, they needed a +3 to their cumulative roll, man, to do this. Okay, so the fire is out now. That's good. The ship is still damaged. It needs some repair. This might take some more in-depth thought. But I guess it's up to you. What more do you want to do for these guys? How do you want to do this?
I guess I'd like to take a. The thing is, I'm assuming since we're moving some goods, we're also on a timeline here. I'm going to do a quick check. Maybe walk around with Jeff, do a quick check, and assess like what the damage is like. Also, do you, Cody, have info on what the nearest planet is?
Nope. Let's
Cody, make a DM choice. How close is the nearest planet?
close. So you're talking like travel time, like in days?
Yeah, like I just want to assess like what condition their ship is in and if they can limp to the nearest planet, to get it patched.
Yeah, like maybe the moon that you approached and flew around, like maybe there's a little outpost there, so they could potentially go there like for an emergency. Otherwise, maybe the nearest planet is, let's say it's 2 days away, and maybe they're probably not going to be able to make it all that way. So
Sure.
they could make an emergency stop to the moon outpost, but that's about it.
Okay, Jeff. Well, let's walk around here real quick and let's like where are you hurting the most? What exactly what issues are we looking at here?
Okay, so you're going to do like an evaluation
Yeah.
for the stuff. Okay. Oh, I mean, that'll be another tech check, and we'll leave this at medium. But you only have your +1 now. Everyone else
Yeah,
dissipated, I guess.
I'll do the D12 here.
All right, okay.
That's a 1.
Okay. That hurts.
Wow, we
that
really
hurts,
need
man.
Phoebe. She's the only one who's good at
Violet.
anything.
Well, yeah, you have no idea what the ship needs. I mean, you can see that it's like broken. You understand that. This is just not your day, I guess, for isolating the problem. This is a weird problem that's beyond you.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
can we at least just like check the fuel gauge and just see if
Oh,
they
sure,
have
yeah.
fuel? Do I have to roll
Yeah,
for that?
You can go up to the cockpit. Nah, they've got a good amount of fuel. That's not so much the problem. It's I guess what would the problem be then if they can't make it 2 days? Got to think about this.
Life
Nate,
support?
quick, what's an engine? Yeah, life support is leaking, man. Their oxygen is going out the ship.
All right. Well,
And-
listen, everybody on whatever this ship is. Here's the deal. I'm an idiot, obviously, and I'm of no use to anybody on this ship. In fact, since your life support is the issue here, I'm not sure how I figured that out, actually, because I couldn't discover anything on my evaluation. But feels like the air's getting thinner. That sucks. So probably we should leave and stop using your air. And you guys should probably just I don't know what that moon is over there, but you could probably limp over there and patch up your ship, and y'all be right as rain. So we better take off.
All right. There's a little boy that comes running up to you, and he seems very grateful and very excited that his body was not sucked into the vacuum of space just now.
Nah, he doesn't even understand the mortal implications.
Ah, okay. He just thinks this is a game. He's having a grand old time.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, sure, I want to be a pirate killer like you.
That's all he says.
Yeah, no. Sorry, kid. You don't want to be. Trust me.
Oh, why not? It seemed like you guys did good stuff today.
Well, one person on our crew did, yeah. But trust me, it's not a profession you want to get into. All right, so you just stick to sustenance farming or whatever it is y'all got going on here, and enjoy your life.
Ah, all right. Well, yep. I guess have a good one. See you around the verse.
Probably not.
Yeah. Before you go, though, Jeff actually comes up. So in addition to that one random guy who just kind of like gave you 5 platinum, and in addition to the disco ball that he handed you, did you accept the disco ball? We didn't get that far.
Yes, no, I did accept it rather secretively, so that Rathskeller wouldn't notice.
Ah, okay, smart. So you now have, well, I guess you can barter with that disco ball at some point if you want. But Jeff had been going around to like the different citizens, the people on the ship, and he's collected a nice little modest offering of 25 platinum that they want to gift to you in thanks for keeping them alive. So, have some 25 platinum. He gives it to you in a little coin purse. Ching, ching, ching.
And being the honest person that I am, I return the 5 platinum to the man who gave that to me.
Okay. All right. So you're at a total of 125 platinum now. Oh, yeah. And you leave the ship at this point, and you can see that they successfully reorient their trajectory, and they are now making their way for the moon outpost, where hopefully there will be some engineers who can actually do them some good.
And hopefully they're not broke.
Yes, that too. And hopefully there's people on the moon outpost. You never know with those
Also
moon
that.
outposts, am I right? All right, cool beans. Well, let's do another day. So this is our second day of the voyage, probably for time, since we spent a fair amount of like setup and explanation and whatnot. I'm thinking we'll do 2 days today, and then probably like 3-day sessions. So for maybe like 3 sessions total, unless 2 days are long enough for us, then we could split this into like 4 episodes.
Sure.
But for now, we got 1 more. So 11 is done. I'm going to mark that off. Nate, roll another d20 for your new day.
It is a new morning, the sun is shining, and I have rolled a 19.
Whoa! Dang, son. Okay. That makes me excited, dude. This is... I didn't think we were going to... If only rolling 8 days, we're only going to get to 8. What's 8 divided by 20? 4/10. 2/5. 40%, Nate, of all the things here. And I'm really excited that you rolled a 19. If you roll a 20, that'll be even more exciting, but we'll just have to see. Yeah. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, 19, I think we'll have more fun at. 20 is just better, but 19 is more fun. Okay. You carry on your way. You're traveling through space. It's the next day, second day of your journey. I should mark this somewhere so we remember. And coming across your radio is another transmission. And this one comes up. This is much more professional, eloquent, and does not sound like suspiciously like another character from a previous episode who also was named Jeff.
Ladies and gentlemen, calling all local folks who are interested in having a great time. We are inviting you to the local game show on the asteroid Geraldine. We are going to have a grand old time at the Astro Fantastro Bistro, inviting you to enjoy fine dining, fine seating, take a load off, and join the game show. Money in it for anyone who participates, and, of course, a guaranteed good time. Please respond to the number below.
Phoebe, I mean, listen, I know it gets really boring up here, but why do you just leave our receiving channel open just so we can like receive any trash that's just being transmitted? Like yesterday, yesterday, I know you weren't up here, which I have no idea why. You're the pilot, you should be up here. I walked up here and there was just some SoundCloud rapper just broadcasting all over the stereo. Like, listen, we got to get this under control, okay? But also that kind of sounds interesting. We don't have a lot of information on that game show, and in my head, we're still behind schedule, but it does sound kind of fun.
Yeah, maybe Gerald pipes up from the back. He's like, hey, boss, hey, I have heard about this game show, the History of the Verse. I think that's what they call it. It's pretty great. It's, sort of a multi-event thing. I mean, they're so well off that, like, there's not even an entry fee. Like, if you show up, there's not many people that come out to Asteroids, you know what I'm saying? So the Astro Fantastra Bistro, they got some good stuff. So if you show up, you just earn money for answering questions right. It's pretty great. I think there's a few different things. I think there's like a boxing match you can participate in. It's all sorts of fun. So I mean, if it were me, like, I'd want to go. The custom is that only the captain of the ship that shows up is able to participate, so I've never been able to go. That's why I want to be a captain myself someday. But anyway, you should do it, man.
Yeah, well, sounds like kind of a fancy place. Here's the thing. Anything you buy is on your own dime, all right? The ship at large is not funding any of your excursions on this asteroid. However, we will touch down and we'll go check this thing out.
Don't we get like some per diem? None of that stuff?
No, you don't get. We've never done per diem before, Gerald. Why would we? Do you just want to start it now?
That actually reminds me. Have you thought about implementing a per diem system?
No, I haven't.
I want to talk to you about.
I haven't. Yeah. No, but maybe you should talk to me about it instead of like bringing it up in front of the other crew members to try to pressure me into it. Listen, everyone gets their cut. Everyone gets their cut when we do a job. That's it. There's no money left.
Well, here's the deal. That yesterday you got 25 platinum. You didn't share it with any of us. Like, didn't we get some of that? I mean, I held a gun. I was there, so
that goes to the Peregrine, whatever our ship is called. It goes to our ship as a whole. That's the ship fund, for breakdowns, that sort of thing.
Nate, that reminds me. I totally forgot to have you name the ship. Dang it! What's the name of the ship?
Boombastic.
Okay. All right. Will you approach the asteroid and, Nate, picture, if you will, like the night district in like a big city where there's like lots of entertainment and bars and like fancy restaurants and stuff, and how they have like the big, almost the cartoonish like searchlights like going into the sky. So like from a distance, it just looks like it's just party town. This asteroid on one side looks like that. It's like, it's immaculate. The spaceport is pristine. There's all sorts of places for you to land. Once you get in there, there's actually like some landing aid, like drone robot things that fly up. They kind of clip onto your ship and they guide you into a nice docking port. And you get out and there's a gentleman in a fine attire, space butler attire. It's got like some red and some like dark buttons down it. He looks real sharp. He's like, oh yes, hello sir. Welcome to the Astro Fantastro Bistro. It's a pleasure to be hosting you folks today. What brings you here?
We heard a transmission over the radio waves, inviting all ships in the area to a game show. So here we are.
Excellent. Well, can you provide the confirmation number from that particular transmission as proof and verification that you are qualified to participate in this here game show? And in that, like, at the end of that radio transmission that, like, invited you, there was, like, the guy said a whole bunch of numbers and stuff that hopefully the listener, like, doesn't catch, but you caught it because you're so quick. And so you can recite it back to him.
I'll regurgitate that to him.
Yep. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm impressed, sir. Welcome. It's not often that just, people actually follow up on that. Normally it's more like by invite only, like specific invite. We just have to, for legal reasons, to remain a quote-unquote nonprofit, am I right? We have to make it available to anyone who comes by. But it's a pleasure to have you here. So why don't you follow me? Your ship will be locked up nice and tight. No one can access it. Not that there's anyone here that would really care about trying to steal or anything like that. We're a good bunch. Don't worry about that guy. There's like a kind of a weird little guy like walking around like hiding behind trash cans.
As you do.
Yeah.
It's a good
I guess it's
pastime.
up to you if you yeah. And he leads you off into the Astro Fantastro Bistro. It's got some good lighting. There's a lot of candles. It's got some good oxygen because that's a hard thing to come by in space, and they have like some good quality oxygen up in here. There's actually like a little bit higher level of O2 per the rest of the like the nitrogen and whatnot gases, and so you actually feel a little bit pumped up. Like you're ready to have a good time, man. You're ready to party.
So basically, drugs.
I mean oxygen, but yeah, sure. Oxydrugs. And he leads you in and they sit you down at a nice little booth. But how this is arranged is each booth, picture something like the Senate in Star Wars, like kind of like the big arena type thing. So your little table is like it's ringed around the center arena type thing.
Mm-hmm,
and down in the center of the arena there's like a game show announcer. And different people can participate, but in this case, you are able to type in your verification number, so your little table gets to participate in the current game show.
Prepare to get wrecked.
Yeah. Well, let's see how you do, man. Yeah. The announcer is ready to go and says, and welcome to the Astro Fantastro Bistro. You guys are probably tired of hearing that cool phrase issued so many times, but it's a really cool restaurant. Glad to have you guys here participating in the History of the Verse game show. There's other stuff not related to history that we'll also be covering. Why it's there, we just like to shake things up. We like to make it interesting. But here's the deal. Every correct question that you answered awards 50 platinum. Per ship, not per person. So you have to decide how you want to divvy that up. I don't know if you'll have some problems with your crew members. We never have that, am I right? Is there any questions I can answer for you fine folks? If you need to say anything, please refer to the telecom button on the front of your station. So yeah, you can talk to the guy and sort of like the whole audience by like pressing the little button so you can broadcast your voice. And also there's like waitresses and waiters like bringing by a variety of fine delicacies and drinks and tasty things. There's even some like extra oxygen, like flavored oxygen. So you can like sniff
I believe
some of that
scented
O2.
oxygen is what you mean.
I guess so. Yeah. So have anything to say? Are you ready to participate in this here game show?
I'm ready to participate.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with the first question. Which two nations were the main influencers of the beginnings of new civilization in the verse? A. US and Russia. B. Russia and China. C. The US and China. Or D. France and Switzerland. Am I right?
C.
That is correct. Loading 50 platinum onto your personal spending card here at the Astro Fantastro Bistro. Details apply.
Wait, what? I want to read the asterisk.
And he reads it really quick. It's on the card. It's on the card they give you. All right. Question number 2. What year did the first terraforming efforts in the verse begin? A. 2050. B. 2072. C. 2083. Or D. Time is relative.
Let's go with A. 2050.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry, you have lost out on the chance to gain that second round of 50 platinum, but you can still keep the first 50. That's all right.
It's a low stakes game.
I know.
Wait, what was the correct answer?
Oh, yeah, you want the correct answer? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being so silly. It was B, 2072. But I would also accept D, time is relative, because it sort of is. I mean, I've been here for 80 years and I don't feel like it. Must be the oxygen. All right, question number 3. What were the first 2 planets in the verse to be terraformed? A. Sinon and Londinium. B. Londinium and Hera. C. Hera and Athens. Or D. Space.
I'm going to go with B, Londinium and Hera.
I'm so sorry, that is incorrect. The answer was A, Sinon and Londinium. Sir, you really don't know your history of the verse super well, do you?
Yeah, well, I spend a lot of time doing much more important things, so...
Like what? What's your work?
Like yesterday, I literally saved multiple people from being attacked by pirates.
Oh, really? Hey, we heard about that transmission. Good on you. You must be the crew of the Boombastic.
I just start dancing a little bit.
Oh, all right. Yeah, brought that disco ball there with you, did you? That's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit underwhelming amidst the fine grandeur of our own decorations, which are free to take with you if you want. Anything on the table, that's free. Silverware,
How does
you
this
got
place
it's
make
yours.
money?
Fine donors and possibly black market operations underneath. You never know.
Okay.
Hard to be sure these days in the verse. Anyway, let's get to the next thing, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we're going to have a little break between our questions. Time for a boxing match. Who wants to see Captain... Sorry, what's your name, sir?
Talcum Benolds.
Captain Talcum Benolds scrap with an opponent. 25 platinum is awarded if you lose, because getting punched in the face should be rewarded no matter what. However, if you win, you earn 50 platinum. Are you up to the task? If you decline, you will lose all the winnings you have made so far.
Wow. Okay, well, my hands are tied. Well, I hope not literally, because then I really don't have a chance, but...
Yep. All right, well, come on down. And you can press a button, and just like in the Senate in Star Wars, your little booth table thingy kind of like floats on down, so you can get down into the middle of the arena. And waiting for you on the opposite side is a scruffy-looking guy. He's moving his fists around, he's doing some warm-up punches, and this is going to be your boy that you got to beat. He looks pretty well built.
Well, I'm glad I
But
put all my points into talk good and wit.
Never know when it comes in handy. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no rules in this match because there's no rules in space. So have at it. Winner gets even more money. Loser gets some money too. Everyone wins. Just try to win even better than the other person. Go. And the other guy, he starts running at you, man.
Okay, if there's no rules, I'm going to try and hit him with the disco ball.
Okay, all right. So roll scrap. I guess I'll give you a +1 since you have an implement that you brought with you, even though you don't normally have a +1.
All right, and I'm
And
using
I
my
got-
D20 for this roll.
All right, and this is actually no, sorry these are not contested checks. When you're fighting someone, you take turns. Go ahead, just for fun, roll a D20 real quick. We'll do a classic D&D initiative roll to see who goes first.
Okay. 2.
2? You got a 1, baby.
Love to
All
see
right.
it.
So you're first. So a standard attack is always a medium difficulty. So go ahead and make your scrap check.
A 6, so that's +1, you said, right?
Yep. So 7. So you're just shy. You swing at him with the disco ball, but he dodges out of the way and slaps it to the side. Now he's going to take a swing at you. He gets an 11, baby. So he lands a vicious right hook right into your jaw, and you take 1 scrap stamina damage.
Okay. I'm going to come at him with like the nunchuck thing or whatever it is. You know, I'm getting all fancy with even though I have to roll a d6, I'm getting all fancy with with the disco ball here.
Like you're going to use the disco ball as a nunchuck?
Actually, since this kind of sucks, I'm actually going to like kind of just, I'm going to run up to his his little spaceship thing, his little shuttle thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm gonna hop in there, and I'm gonna try and hit
Oh.
the try and order a bunch of drinks and stuff for him. The call button.
Put it on his tab.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh man, I don't know what skill to make you roll for this. I guess just still scrap. We'll make it an easy check instead of medium, since you're not attacking him. You're just kind of like dodging and running, I guess. So roll scrap.
4.
Oh, okay. That's what you needed. So you dodge around him. You do a little roll. It's real fancy, and you get in there. He's chasing after you, but you have time to like smash a few buttons, and you order a couple things, including caviar.
And I've officially used all my dice once, so
Hey, let's do a level up, man.
I guess I only have one choice, which is to add +1 to a skill.
Ah, yes. But then after that, you have 3 options for your next level up. But you also get
Well.
all of your dice back, which is nice.
This is an easy choice. +1 to scrap.
Put in scrap. All right.
Thinking short term here.
Yeah, that's smart. All right. Well, you kind of have your back to him at this point because you dodged around him. So he's going to come up. I'm going to say he has +2 to his attack. So let's see what he gets. Well, he only rolled a 2, so he has a total of 4. He maybe gets a little bit distracted, wondering just how much stuff you're able to order before he got to you, and he's a little bit nervous because
He's
he
like, oh,
actually
that sounds
maybe is
kind of good, actually.
Yeah. No, he's more just like nervous about how much it's going to cost him.
Well, I hope it's more
'Cause
than
he-
25 platinum.
Well, he wasn't invited here. Only the invitees get like the free stuff. You like so. Yeah, since you were invited, you get the free drinks and everything. He just kind of like came here of his own accord, so everything's on his dime. So he's a little nervous now. But you now have a chance to attack him back, and you have all your dice, so that's pretty good.
All right, we're going to go with the D12.
D12, all right.
10 +1, 11.
Hey, all right, man. You turn on him, and I'm going to let you deal 1 damage to him. How would you like to deploy it?
I'm doing a roundhouse kick to the temple.
Dang, son. All right. You do it. You do a roundhouse. The audience like gasps because they've like never seen anything like that before in a boxing match. But there's no rules here, so it doesn't matter. The guy crumples to the ground. And with that high of a roll, I'm going to say that he has a -2 to his next roll because he's on the ground now. He has to
Nice.
get up.
I'm going to flex my gluteus maximus for the crowd.
The ladies scream like, yeah!
Yeah, that's right.
All right. He's going to roll with his -2. Well, you still got 11, so 9. Okay, so he does like a leg sweep, and he knocks your legs out from underneath you.
This
And
is
he
an
gets up on
incredible
top.
brawl. This isn't just people throwing fists.
Just yeah. He does like a scissor kick, and that's how he gets you down. And he like rolls on top of you, and then he does an elbow like right into the back of your neck. It's like yeah.
Dang,
And you
you
take
just rolled an
another
11,
scrap
dude. Jeez.
And you take 1 damage, homie.
I
All right, it's up to you now. Although I'm gonna say that since he has you on your back now, you have a -1. So your bonus, well, I guess there's gonna be a -2. So you have a total of -1 to whatever you roll.
time to use that D20, all right? We need it. We need it.
Hey, use it, homie.
15 -1.
Nice. All right. Well, that's twice a success, basically. Okay. What do you want to do from this position? He is on your back with his elbow like in your neck. What are you gonna do?
He's on my back.
Like you're on your stomach on the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna create some room, so I'm gonna get my elbow like in between my rib cage and his leg. I'm gonna push his leg out, and then flip over on my back, and then bring my legs up and wrap them around his throat, and then slam his head down.
Okay. Brutal. All right. Just to make things interesting, since you rolled so high, I'm gonna let you do 2 damage to this fool. So he's now taken 3.
Okay.
He's still standing, though, even though he's now his head rammed into the ground, and the audience is just like, ah, "What is going on?" Ah. That's what they sound like. It's pretty great. And your crew is like cheering you on from the little booth, because your booth is still down there. They're like, "Yeah, go Captain! Kick that guy! Kick him real good!" And since I let you do 2 damage that time, I'm not going to give any penalties to this guy's roll. He's just going to do a solid roll a d12. You got a 6, man. He is shaken by this. He's a little bit fuzzy in the head. So he comes at you and he tries to take a swing, but you just step out of the way and he kind of stumbles forward. It's now open for you to make another attack.
All right, this is my chance with the D10. 6, and my modifier is a -1.
No, you're +1 now. That was just the last
7.
The last one. 7. Okay. You step after him and you take a swing at him, but he is in the process of like stumbling, so he accidentally like dodges out of the way.
What a buffoon.
I know. But he's going to turn and face you now, and he's going to roll again. Taking another swing, he got a 5. So he just kind of...
This guy's a true Mr. Bean.
Yeah, he's not having a good day. He just kind of like falls over, I guess. It's like, up, and he does a somersault, but he still kind of like lands on his feet. So it looks cool, but he did nothing.
Well, here's the thing. I'm down to my D8, so...
All right. What you gonna do, man?
4, so 5.
All right. Nothing for you. Wait, was that your last of your 5 again? Or you still have your D6?
I still have my D6.
Okay, you do. It's going to be a quick level up this time. Okay, you run after him, and how do you try to attack him? You're not going to land it, but I'll let you make it thematic.
I'm going to do a somersault roll and try to uppercut him with my head.
Okay. All right, you do that, and you kind of just like jump straight up in front of him is basically what you do. You just kind of like hop.
That seems dangerous.
And he looks at you. He's going to make his roll. He just gets another 6.
People are starting to think that this is a rigged fight.
It definitely is a rigged fight at this point, man. Okay, he swings at you and you just bat it out of the way. It's back in your corner. What you gonna do with your D6, homie?
Well, I guess there's no way.
Drinks for him?
Yeah, there's no way I can land a hit. Yeah, whatever. I don't really have anything to do, so let's go order some more caviar.
All right. Make your roll.
4.
All right, you pass again. You run away after you do this odd little head bob thing, and you get in there and you start ordering some more drinks, some appetizers. And he's really frustrated at this point, so he's going to sprint after you. I'm going to give him a +2 because you just kind of like you turned your back to him again and ran away, and he's very infuriated about how much money he might be losing. He gets a 7 + 2, so 9, baby. He runs up at you, and since this is a clinching moment, he can deal the death blow to you. But I want to just make it interesting, give you one more chance. You can...
Well, first things first, I get to upgrade because I've used all my dice. I'm going to change my 6 permanently to an 8.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So no more D6 for you. All right. I will let you... I guess I'll let you roll a D6. How about that?
Wait, I don't
if
have
you get
one
a
anymore.
6, I know, that's why. So you roll a D6. If you get a 6, you will avoid the damage from this fool.
Okay. That seems highly unlikely.
Exactly. All right. He lands it on you. He knocks you out cold. Because that's your 3rd hit, right?
Yeah.
All right. Knocks you out. And it all goes black, and you go down. You've been knocked out, man. And you slowly kind of wake up, and your crew members are gathered around you. They have like a little emergency med kit that the arena has provided. They actually just shove a stim pack in your arm, and you're back up and awake. So you get your stamina back. You didn't take any like physical hit point damage. However, you've lost the match, but you still get awarded 25 platinum for your efforts.
Worth it.
So yeah. The other guy kind of like does a little nod to you and then walks off to his corner.
Did I literally just lose a fight
like
with Mr. Bean?
Yeah, man. He had a broom and a teddy bear, and he was just dealing it, just taking you out, man. It happened. It happens to the best of us. Mr. Bean, he's kind of vicious. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure I agree with that, but okay.
I mean, he can deal some damage, whether it's intentional or not. So he gets his 50 platinum. He's going to pay off his tab. And he's frantically, like, hitting the undo button, trying to cancel all the orders he made for him.
Control Z, Control Z. Yeah.
And your boxing match is complete. So you can add another 25 platinum. And you get back in, and your little arena scooter machine table spot booth goes back up to its place. And the announcer's like, wow, what a fight that was. We really thought you were going to get him there, Mr. Talcum. I'm sure you'll get him next time, if you ever have the privilege of rejoining us here at the Astro Fantastro Bistro. However, we have a few more questions for you. That was just to, make things interesting. I hope you enjoyed your experience thus far. The real question is, where on a starship will you find a catalyzer? A, the forward sensor suite. B, the rear sensor suite. C, the engine. Or D, space.
Yeah, I'm going with engine on this one.
That is correct. That is another 50 platinum for you, sir. That's a nice total you got there. Is that 125 you're dealing with? Hopefully you can keep it. All right, sir. This is an interesting question. No more multiple choice for you. Can you name 3 planets in the verse? If you can, 50 platinum. If you can't, none.
Okay. Well, Greenleaf. And
Nice.
Miranda. And I guess Londinium.
Is Miranda a planet in the verse?
Miranda's the planet they go to in Serenity.
Oh, sure it is. All right, man. Yeah, you got it. Got all 3. I'm impressed. That's what the announcer is saying. All right, man. Yeah. All right. I'm impressed. Another 50 platinum for you. We have one second to last question for you. What is the name of the space station you're currently on for 100 platinum?
The Astro Fantastro Bistro.
Ladies and gentlemen, 100 platinum. I lost track. How much money have you made this far?
You just gave me 100 for that question?
Yeah.
So
it's free advertising. You said it, so now we know that you know where it is, and that's going to bring other people here. So it's good for us.
So 150 from the first 3 questions, now 250 plus the 25 from the fight.
275. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. And now, for the double or nothing question.
Wait, what?
Who do you work for?
Nobody. I'm an independent contractor.
We'll take that. Double your money. 275 times 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Talcum Ben. No, that's 525. What are you talking about?
Dang it.
Wait, no, 550. 550. We can do math here at the Astro Fantastro Bistro. It's a pleasure been having you participate. Don't spend it all in one place. Restrictions apply.
So you can't spend it all in one place.
Yeah, it's basically it. They just hand you like a special spender card. And there's like a max of 50 where you can spend like per transaction.
What? Seems kind of arbitrary and rude.
I mean, they have to do it. Like, there's some interest on it. So the longer you keep it, like, it slowly dwindles down, maybe.
So
like you have to pay to keep the card.
Interest, okay.
Yeah, you know how it is. All right, Nate. Well, that was your encounter on the Astro Fantastro Bistro. Just basically a bunch of free money and free leveling up for you.
Yeah, I needed it, man.
All right. And that concludes our today's session. I don't really have an outro for you. Maybe you go back to the ship. It's good, a nice tight lockdown. That little guy is still like hanging out by the garbage can. And as you walk up, he's like,
Hey, man. You need a dude to join you on your trip?
You seem to be trying very hard to like coerce me into picking up some freeloader, and that is not going to happen. So I'm just going to reach into the trash can and find the nearest slightly wet thing and throw it at him.
Okay. I guess roll scrap? Medium difficulty?
I'm just doing my D10 for this.
All right.
Okay, I did roll a 9 plus 1, so.
Okay, all right. You find a wet sock. You don't know why there's just an individual sock in there. And you whip this at this guy. And he squeals and he runs away into the distance, never to be seen again.
He probably likes it too, because he's a little trash minion.
Maybe that was his sock, man.
Oh, it probably was.
Yeah. All right. Anything you want to do before you leave the station?
No, I think that's good. I guess I will, in theory, divide up the earnings between my crew members, but I feel like that's not really what's happening here, right?
You're not going to share, man? Gerald is kind of looking at you like, hey, come on. Like,
No, okay, so everybody gets their fair share.
I'm
some
the
more
one who
math.
taught you where a catalyzer is. I showed you how it works in the engine. Even
He's
though I'm
the
not a tech guy, it's
gunslinger.
just one of the things I know. Yeah, but gunslingers need catalyzers every now and then.
Sure. So yeah, I will divide it evenly amongst everybody.
All right. It's $5.50. Yeah, we'll just ignore the fact that there's the weird $50 limit thingy. Maybe you hacked it. Let's make a check real quick. See if you can hack the card and get the money out of it. It's going to be we'll make it a hard check.
I guess I'll roll my d20.
Ooh.
15 plus 1.
And this is tech. What? You win it? Nice, man. All right. So you just you plug that card like a little USB drive into the ship itself, and it just immediately transfers all the funds into your collective
Cool.
account. And now you can divvy it up as you desire. So how are you going to divvy this up? Because we need to know how much money you personally have.
Well, I guess everyone gets an even share. So it's what was it, 550 divided 4 ways?
Yeah.
Is like 140.
$137.50.
All right, everybody gets 137. The rest goes to the collective.
So you have, let's round it up. You have 263 platinum left. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Ruttin Shiny Session 1. This is kind of a long session, so we may just do 2-day sessions. Unless we want
Probably,
longer episodes, then we can do 3. But yeah.
Cody, I applaud your work.
Hey, thanks, dude.